The question for this video presentation is, can nominee director sign documents for your company? Specifically speaking, let's consider a scenario where you are getting a big contract and the customer who is awarding the contract says agreement must be signed by all the directors, which includes nominee director also. So is nominee director going to sign this document? And if nominee director is not going to sign, then does that mean you lose this contract? Now keep it in mind, what I am explaining is generally the policy that we follow at Epica, and it is not necessary that every secretarial company will follow this policy. Some of the secretarial firms are very strict on these matters and they may outright reject signing of such kind of documents. So let's move ahead and see various types of documents and the rules generally that we follow. So in some of the cases, signing of documents by nominee director is presumed. In the sense, there is no extra cost associated with this, and it is generally the practice that nominee director will sign these documents as and when required. So these documents are signing of financial statements at the end of the year, signing on ACRA annual return filing, signing on income tax return, and also signing up of bank account opening form, at least first bank account opening form. So these signs are presumed that nominee director will do, and generally in first three cases nominee director will sign the documents only when the main active director, who might be a foreign promoter, has signed these documents. In case of bank account, if it is a subsequent bank account, then it might be chargeable by nominee director, but generally the first bank account opening form is included in the package. On the next slide, we will see some cases where signing of document by nominee director is possible at extra cost. And the extra cost is applicable because in many cases, nominee director needs to visit offices of different organizations or the documents need to be reviewed. So these cases are signing up for internet line, signing up for telephone line, and like that there can be many business situations. For example, you are signing a data center or you are signing a rental place agreement, or you are buying a car or you are hiring a car. Many of the businesses in Singapore want the signature by the local director, and in these circumstances the local director can sign these documents at an extra cost. Now here are some documents which nominee director will not sign. And these documents typically are signing up for overseas payment gateways, giving personal guarantees for the company, any document that is for loan processing, or undertaking any business performance conditions. So all these cases, nominee director, even if you are ready to pay, will not sign the document because this is a risk to his personal standing and personal assets. Also, nominee director in many cases is not aware of what your business is and the nitty-gritties thereof. So in that circumstances, this kind of performance responsibilities cannot be given by the nominee director. Now here are some more documents which nominee director will not sign and which is not like personal guarantees or anything, but still nominee director will not sign even if you are ready to pay. And these documents are typically in the normal course of business, like bank documents, a letter of credit documents, shipment documents, or switching of bill of lading, and so on. The reason why they don't sign these documents is because they don't want appear to be related to your business or involved in your business in any capacity. So we come to the first question that we ask: what happens in case of a very important contract where the customer is saying that all directors should sign? So the first thing that you should explain the customer is about the nominee director and how that arrangement works in Singapore. Now many customers will accept in that case that not signing by nominee director is okay. If customer does not agree and if he still insists that the nominee director must sign the document, then nominee director can sign the document after all other directors have signed the same document, and also it needs to be reviewed by our lawyer. It is needless to say that then there will be a lawyer cost as well, because lawyers will review it, advise about the personal guarantees, and then only we can sign the document. So in summary, nominee director normally signs limited types of documents during company administration. Generally, they don't want to really get associated with the company, so they will avoid signing any kind of business documents as much as possible.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.